here.
Welcome home, Ashen One. I am a firekeeper.
And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
Another one of those unkindled, are you?
Let him grant death.
A fine dark soul to you.
Where have you gone? Are you hiding from me? Come out. Come out. Don't be afraid.
What's Dark Souls like, soldier?
Well, it goes a little bit something like this. This is what most people are going to see and feel. Death. But if you know me, and I frankly watched way too many lazy people videos while making this, so this is how it feels to play Dark Souls. But it's more complex than just getting angry and failing over and over and over. Yet a thing I showed before. Now, if you've been on some other galactic plane of existence and don't know what Dark Souls is, or its community, the response to new players asking for help, I guess, would have to be yeah, some people that play the game are like the Black Death. Boils all over and filled with pus. I digress though. In all fairness, this is a small part of the player base, and even some of them are not that bad. But, this is a big but, they are not the focus of this video. I had to bring them up because of where their mentality comes from. This mentality comes from being elitist by completing a hard game. Others, on the other hand,
just like Dark Souls.
But the mass majority of people that do play Dark Souls and complete it feel the same way as I do. They feel pride in the perseverance of overcoming. It's a lot like defeating an elephant with a toothpick by precisionally hitting it 400 times in the foot. But without any further ado, this is how it feels to Dark Souls 3. Part 1. A World of Ash. Let me tell you a story about a man. The name of this man is not important for now. This man lived in a world without light, without soul. The concept of time itself had no meaning in this unchanging land of gray. This man is like any other. He resides underground with the rest of humanity that has been driven in fear of the dragons that roam the skies. In this timeless land, movements can take what feels like a millennium or mere seconds. The man sees something in the darkness, a fire. Coming closer, the man sees that it's so much more. Because with fire comes change to an unchanging land. From the fire, he reaches out and finds a soul. One of 3 souls that the fire held. The others find the souls the man has left. The man with his newfound soul, so warm and full of power, took it upon himself and became known as Gwyn. Gwyn can now feel the power of the soul and its need for change within it. The soul gives him great power of light and lightning, and with it and the others that took the souls from the fire, brought the age of light. But just as the unchanging age that came before Gwyn's age of light and fire, so too will his age end. For Gwyn and the other lords of soul did not notice that there was another soul in that fire, and a certain pygmy was to find it, and to take it not for himself, for he splintered the soul into many and shared it with his fellow man around him. The dark soul that now dwelled within man seemed to hold the abyss within, and when you peered unto it, it seemed to invite you to a realm without fire. Gwyn now knew that by taking the souls from the fire so many eons ago, that his fire was now fading to dull embers and coal. Gwyn, much like the age that came before him, thought that his age was eternal, but with the fear of the abyss, for the dark soul within man, he sought to extend his age for as long as he still drew breath, and even after. Gwyn then subjugated his fellow man with the dark souls in them and branded him with the dark sign, a curse in which humans would turn undead and have to feed Gwyn's fires to restore their humanity, and to extend Gwyn's age of fire. Gwyn sees that even with the new kindling for the fire, it's not enough. It demands ever more, the cycle of waxing and waning coming to a reality. Gwyn, in a desperate attempt to extend his age of fire more, threw himself onto that fire that he had taken from so long ago, ironically solidifying the cycle of the fading fire. Years pass. More years than any can count. The fire fades, and it is fed with countless souls of humanity to sustain it for a while, until the next fading. But the fire cannot be burning forever. Eventually all that remains of a world of fire is ash, and the remaining embers buried within. And while Gwyn has since long been dead, his age of fire still remains unchanging from the cycle that has had for so long. This is where our story actually begins. Part 3. A friendly stabbing. Hey, Pikachu Boss 97. You did very well beating that last boss.
Well, by golly, mister, he sure was tough, but after that I feel I can take on the world.
Well, then I got just the thing for you. You see that your character's all glowy after defeating the boss, and you have more health?
Uh-huh.
Excellent. Now all you gotta do is to go to this bonfire and walk out that door. See? Wasn't that fun?
No! Not at all! What the bleep was that? How was that even supposed to be a fair fight?
Come on, Craig.
My name's Pika.
You just need some friendly summoners to balance them out.
Double strength.
Okay, now is the worst.
That didn't work either. All I get for summons is laggy or dumb players.
Well, I got one last thing that you can do. You see that cracked red eyeball you got there?
Uh-huh.
Well, with it, you can invade another person's game and show them how Dark Souls is meant to be played.
I'm not sure, mister. I don't think I can kill anyone.
Nonsense! Just channel that rage you feel when being invaded by them. And so the cycle continues. All kidding aside, the multiplayer aspect of this franchise has been a mixed bag for me. One side of me is like, yay, we can fight the souls of the dark together and join in jolly cooperation. The other is like, it's kill or be killed, invaders everywhere, you can't trust, you can never rest, we can never escape the pain. I just wish it was implemented better and not just an expected holdover from previous games that doesn't enable assetry and toxicify the player base. Instead, we got this. Dark Souls is a game unlike any other for this generation. The media seems to agree for better or for worse. The game is noted for its lack of Fs to give new players, and tells them that it will not bend over for their convenience. It is up to you to adapt and overcome, not the other way around. As I sit here at the end of it all, I am reminded why I fell in love with this game. For its art style, for its challenge, for its balance, or lack thereof, for the places you will go, the places that are just around the corner, the horrors that you'll find around that corner, and the ever-elusive story that you have to piece together. The only question I have is, do you want to play through again?